What Brad Holmes is doing regarding our Detroit Lions in this NFL draft, in my opinion, is genius. And I'm going to tell you why it's really good strategy, why it's working out, and what it means for the Detroit Lions going forward in this NFL draft.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, Micro Mike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch Micro Mike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron. Big shout out to Micro Mike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
What's going on, YouTube, and welcome to Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike. We talk all things Detroit Lions news, rumors, analysis, breakdown, and everything regarding our franchise. In this video, we're going to be talking about the strategy that Brad Holmes is utilizing right now in the NFL draft, and I freaking love it, and I'm going to tell you why. It's a very good approach that is taking place. Before I get in this video, if you're not a subscriber, and yes, 60% of you are not, smash that subscribe button. Let's get to 13,000 subscribers. You can help out. Also, smash that like button. Why? It's free, and it helps me out. Brad Holmes, our general manager, has doing a lot of good regarding strategy in the NFL draft. And you may say, we're not in the draft yet. Yes, that is perfectly fine, but he's been setting up for a specific way to make sure he's getting the talent that he wants, whatever he wants to do for this Lions in this NFL draft. Brad Holmes' draft strategy right now is complete and utter chaos and confusion, and I love it. When I have this strategy of the Detroit Lions will take the best player available, matter of fact, they won't just take the best player available, they will move up in the draft and they will move down in the draft. The Detroit Lions have multiple needs on many fronts regarding our team. We need to help upgrade that roster. So what does he do? He is definitely making the NFL world know that, hey, we will take whoever is BPA because we have multiple holes. And if you don't like it, you better trade up with us or trade in front. Smash that like button, folks. Why do you want to smash that like button? Because the more likes you get, the more chance that the video gets out via YouTube algorithm. That's how this bad boy works. And if you want to support the channel, it's the best way to do it is smash that like button. It's free. It takes a second. Smash that like button. Let's get this video out. Why is that smart? First off, having a team trade up above the Lions pick for a quarterback such as, because we got rumors going around that Detroit Lions will select a quarterback with the 7th pick. Why is that good? They are saying this because then a team will then jump the Detroit Lions to take a quarterback, but his ultimate strategy wasn't to take a quarterback, right? His strategy was to get another player that will fall because the quarterback was placed in that spot, i.e. a Penei Sewell, whoever he wants. That is a good strategy. With that said, what if he does take a quarterback? We don't know. And guess what? That's good because that means the NFL teams do not know. When you have a general manager that basically is giving his ideas of what he's going to do, says, I will not take a quarterback in this draft. Guess what that tells the NFL teams? Well, we know who he's not going to take. Now, when it comes to Brad Holmes, he very well could take a quarterback. He very well could be bluffing. It could be all smoke. That's a good thing. We don't need to know what he's going to do. If we don't know what he's going to do, that's good because the last general manager we had, when Bob Quinn was general manager, I predicted the Lions would take TJ Hockenson. I predicted they would take Amani Oruwariye and they would get Bo Benchwa in that draft. And they did that. Why was that fairly easy? It just seemed predictable because they first off made it known they would not take a quarterback at all. Thus, that's one positional group taken off there. And when it comes to free agency, they made it very well known they wanted to upgrade the tight end spot by basically showcasing all the moves they did. Next year follows, and guess what? When it comes to Jeffrey Okudah, they made it extremely clear, in my opinion, they were going to take a cornerback. Why is that? If you looked at the cap at that time, they had multiple positions filled. Linebacker, defensive line, tackle, offensive line. They spent a certain amount of money on each position. The amount of money they spent on quarterback was $11 million less than what they normally do. What does that mean? They were going to fill that spot. Also, when they took DeAndre Swift, they made it extremely clear they wanted competition. They wanted to get the offensive line bulked up. So you kind of understood the strategy that they were doing So if someone like myself or anyone else can predict it, there's a good chance that NFL teams who are much smarter than I am, no doubt about it, does more research than I do, knew the strategy going forward. Then you bring in Brad Holmes, the chaos general manager, willing to do whatever it takes. He doesn't matter. He's going to trade up, trade down. We've seen it with Jared Goff. Everybody knows he traded up to get Goff in the NFL draft, but he's also made it known he'll trade back. So he's an aggressive GM, and other general managers can see that. When it comes to the contracts that we filled out, we just did a bunch of one-year contracts. So it's not telling you who they're going to take because you don't know at this point. The contract's not showing it. You can look at the contracts and say, okay, there's not a clear position that they're going to make sure they have to take with that first pick. Now, we understand that the Lions need linebacker. We understand that they need safety. No doubt about it, and they're probably going to address that. But when it comes to that first pick in the draft, he also made it clear that they'll take a quarterback if one falls. Even if that's not the strat, even if quarterback is off the board in his mind, he let it know to the NFL world that it's not off the board. And that's important to confuse other people so they don't know what we're doing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Why do you want to subscribe to the channel? I'm dropping content every single day. Yes, and so if you subscribe, you won't miss out. I'm doing breaking news, doing rumors, doing everything Detroit Lions. Smash that subscribe button. Let's get the 13K and get your Lions fix in. It is important to make sure that the NFL world doesn't know what you're doing, so you can make sure you get the best value for your pick. If a team really does assume they're going to take a quarterback, they could jump him. But guess what? He's so flexible, he can move up in the draft he wants to, and he can move back in the draft that he wants to, and he can select a player who's available at 7. No one knows what they're going to do, and that's what's so great about this strategy. I love this strategy. I love the concept of confusion. Yes, as a content creator and who wants to do mock drafts such as myself and give you predictions who the Lions are going to take, this is the hardest draft I've ever covered as a Lions fan because I don't know what they're going to do. I think they're going to take an offensive line. I think they can go ahead and go linebacker, but in all reality, I don't know. The prediction is very difficult, even studying. And so that is terrible for me as an analyst who analyzes this and gives you guys information. But it's awesome as a fan because I want to make sure they can get every best value for their pick. I want everything on the board. It does just confuse one team. And one team decides to jump up to take a quarterback. And if that pushes the player who they really wanted, such as a Penei Sewell to the Lions at 7, masterful strategy. Masterful. Now, if they really wanted to move up in the draft, hey, they could do that, right? They got the capital from the trade of Jared Goff. We got the capital for that. If they wanted to move back, no doubt about it. The NFL world knows that they are a flexible team. They will pick up the phone. They will listen. They will do what it's necessary to fill this roster out. And that's so important. Teams understand that the Lions are in a mode where they're trying to get more draft picks. So they can definitely call up the Lions if they wanted to jump up and take a quarterback. The Lions can move back. That is what's great, what's taking place right now. It's fantastic because we need help all over the board. We need to have the best player, regardless if they stay at 7 or if they move back or if they move forward. You got to get the best player. You got to get the best value for the pick. And so this strategy, what he's doing, is absolutely amazing. And I appreciate it as a fan. No doubt about it, because I want to see the Lions do what the Miami Dolphins is doing and be an aggressive team that's willing to go the extra mile, whatever it takes, to take that extra sweat, that extra hour of preparation to get the BPA, to build this roster the right way. Build it correctly. Okay, you got to get the draft. The draft is where it happens. You have to build a team through the NFL draft. He was given a shorthanded deck. No doubt about it. Not a lot of draft picks, a lot of issues with the cap, but he's starting to turn this thing around, and he understands as a previous scout that you must build this team the right way through the draft and get the BPA. and that's what he's doing. His strategy is working, and we're just a couple of weeks away from the NFL draft to see the fruits of his labor, to see the fruits of the building blocks of this football team to go forward, to go from a team that has been destined as failures to finally building ourselves out of there and building a quality team with quality talent and bring quality product on the field. All in all, I am really, really excited to see this NFL draft. So many things are going to play out, so much turns that can happen, so much intrigue regarding this one. I haven't been excited about an NFL draft like this one in some time, just because there's so much uncertainty, and I love that. I want to be surprised in what happens. I want to see the building blocks of our team. I want to see the new era happen, and it all starts in the NFL draft. It all starts April 29, and it's going to be a blast to see it. In the upcoming videos, we got the One Pride podcast on my channel, 6:30 p.m. EST, live mailbag segment. Make sure you're there if you got questions. I have answers. It's an interactive show. It's all about having fun. It's all about getting quality product out there for you, your Detroit Lions fix. Make sure you're there. Have fun. Also, again, round 1 of the NFL draft is on my channel. Make sure you show up for the NFL draft live analysis and reactions to what is taking place for our beloved Detroit Lions. It's going to be a fun event. Make sure you're there. Also, at 7 p.m. on the Gridiron Blitzes channel, we got Spiked Kool-Aid, and it's a fun debate show. If you want to speak to us, you can call in. It's a call-in show. Put the number out there. Call in, give a question. We'll give you an answer, and have a good heated debate on that show.